everyone, it's Suhashani here, and yeah, I am officially doing my third video. Woo! Just wanted to say thank you to everyone who's been really encouraging and really supportive with me putting my videos out there and, you know, making the step. I honestly didn't think anyone would watch any of the 2 videos, and the fact that people have, and they've even come back to me and told me really good feedback. I really do appreciate it, so thank you so much. For every second I glanced at them was a second I could have glanced at myself. For every minute I liked their achievement was a minute I could have gone out and achieved. For every hour I commented on their life of luxury was an hour I could have built my life of luxury. For every day I watched their growth was a day I could have grown. I was too busy watching the lives of others. I never watched my own. Now that you know the poem and you've heard it, and me probably badly doing spoken word for the very first time, and my GCSE skills in drama just didn't help me out whatsoever, this is going to be like the discussion part of the video for the people out there who are also interested in poetry, or they write poetry, or they're writers and you know me from my poetry account. This is kind of the breakdown analysis that I'm going to give, so I'm sure you guys will be interested in that. For anyone else who they're fine with just listening to the poem and want to exit the video, I'm totally okay with that, that's okay. So yeah, this is now the discussion part. I was trying to do, you know, like a little sound effect, but then I'm gonna add it in. So what is really your life or theirs about? So basically, I wanted to keep this quite simple because A, I wanted it to be relatable, and B, social media is such a big topic. I didn't want to overcomplicate the poem. I really wanted to keep it quite straightforward so that anyone could understand it and take something away from that and have a level of realization of the effect social media can have on you in a negative way. I just wanted to start off like as a disclaimer and say, you know, social media is amazing. It's not a bad thing at all. I think the point it turns bad is when it really affects your mental state and you start being unkind to yourself and you start self-doubting yourself and you start not being confident enough of yourself because you are focusing so much on what other people are doing and what other people have achieved and how their life is going compared to your life. That is when I feel social media is negative. And so I wanted to write that as simply as possible. So there are 2 elements I focus on: the length of time and the shift of focus. So the length of time I emphasized for every second, every minute, every hour, every day, and that build up of time have a knock-on effect to the point where you're busy watching what other people are doing. You've literally forgotten about yourself and your life and what you're meant to be building. And that's what I really wanted to emphasize and touch upon, hence why I said I ended the poem with, I was too busy watching the lives of others, I never watched my own. Because, you know, going on Instagram for like half an hour a day, and to be honest, half an hour is not even a realistic thing. I'm probably on Instagram at least an hour and a half nowadays. That's not harmful when you think of it. Oh, it's only an hour, it's not, you know, it's not deep. But then if you keep doing that every single day, especially when your days could be used to be productive or do something else or work on your own dreams or build on yourself or self-develop and do anything else that you want to do, you're wasting that time by literally just going onto a platform and looking at other people. And it's really mind-boggling actually, because as positive as social media is, it's also very ego-filled. You know, you're posting things that you've done, where you are, what you've bought, what you've achieved, and for what. The purpose is so that other people watch it and other people validate on it and you're being filled up, but that shouldn't be the case at all. And what I wanted to emphasize was, when you're doing all of that, you're so busy that time is just going by, you're not working on yourself. And especially wanted to hit on that when I said for every day I watched their growth was a day I could have grown. Because we're so busy watching what other people are doing, how can we use that time to build ourselves when we're wasting that time watching other people build on themselves, if that makes sense? Throughout the poem, I wanted to build up on the emphasis of time being wasted and the focus on other people building up too, so it's getting greater. Hence why I start off with, for every second I glanced at them was a second I could have glanced at myself too. For every day I watched their growth was a day I could have grown. I was too busy watching the lives of others, I never watched my own. So I wanted the poem to build up through that, and the build up was by adding for every second, every minute, every hour, every day. So those hours, those half an hours, it builds up where it becomes days, and those days could have been used to then be productive or build on yourself and focus on yourself and go out and achieve what you want to achieve and focus on your own goals. Hence why I even said for every minute I liked their achievement was a minute I could have gone out and achieved. Also the build up of focusing your energy on other people. So a glance to a like to a comment to a fully watching them and watching their whole life go by when you should be watching your whole life go by. I didn't want to use any aggressive vocabulary. I didn't want to use anything violent in terms of social media affecting your mental state. I think I'll probably leave that to another poem. But I really wanted it for it to be non-aggressive vocabulary, yet the meaning behind it is deep and aggressive to a certain extent. You wouldn't have known that just by like glancing and like looking at the words. It's only when you follow the poem through, okay, I'm really starting to understand the impact of social media. Well, I hope that that was what you've taken from this, and how it can be quite scary to think you're spending so much time on there and looking at what other people are doing and what they're doing. You then subconsciously forget that, oh wait, I'm wasting time here. I should be busy going out and achieving what I want to achieve and not looking at what they're achieving. So that's basically it. I hope you enjoyed this first poetry video. I haven't quite figured out, if I'm honest, what style or direction I want to take in terms of putting my poetry as a video format. There were two ways I could have done this. Is either I could have filmed like a movie clip and then have words and then me voice over it, but I felt as though I wanted to keep my poems on a personal level, so me sitting down, speaking about the poem and then discussing it and breaking it down on an analysis level, because I don't want to just say the poem and that's it. I really want to try and emphasize the message that I'm relaying, so that if anyone out there could take anything from it, it would be something good and something they can understand and yeah.